А еще его можно заромансить. Но я себе не представляю, как можно романсить человека, который имеет общий мозг с умными насекомыми.
This is Watcher 2 to Cipher 9. Verify that you're receiving and prepare for takeoff. We've located the Eagle.
Watcher 2, you're fantastic.
I certainly am. And you're going to love this. We knew the Eagle had abandoned his old base, but until you neutralized that last cell, we didn't know the details. Now we do. The Eagle is on Hutta. Get there as soon as you can.
Hutta again?
It all comes back to the beginning.
For you, at least. I have to go now, Cipher, but I'll brief you on site. Watcher 2 out.
Watcher 2 out. Out on East. Как говорится. Ну, полетели на Хатту. Опять.
Signal received. Transmission secure. All right, Cipher. Looks like this is the real thing. Ready to invade the Eagle's nest?
Right now, I'm going in blind. You tell me.
Given Pygon probability calculus suggests 86% odds. I ran the numbers myself. The Eagle and his men are holed up in an old refinery beneath the river. Sending coordinates now. You'll lead the forward assault, but military reinforcements will surround the base and follow you in. Primary objective is to capture or eliminate the Eagle himself.
Why send me in first?
You can be subtle. And besides, this is our operation. We're not handing it over to military brutes. Your secondary objective is the Eradicators. The terrorists have begun launching their biomechanical weapons over Imperial worlds.
Oh.
Once the devices are ready, the terrorists can fire on cities and military bases from orbit.
It never should have come to this.
We were too busy defending against Republic superweapons to look for threats from within. When you're in that base, don't let anyone escape. Don't let the Eagle murder again. Watcher 2 out.
Acknowledged. От слова яйцо. Acknowledged. Ну, спускаемся. Не, ну тараканы в голове может быть под контролем. Но тараканы все еще есть. И хрен его знает, что он захочет сделать со мной, со своими тараканами. Вдруг он строит мне оргию в голове. А оно мне надо. Так, уйди, пожалуйста. Верните мою калию.
I'm here.
И меня унизили до 10 уровня. Прекрасно. Обожаю левелинг планет. Охуенные решения. Лучше просто сделали левелинг на локациях, если вы так переживали, что ваши героики ваншотают. Все равно это PvE сервер, тут нет зон, на которых ты сразу получаешь флаг, кроме как специальных для этого сделанных зон. Эх, родная помойка, как говорится. Это ваша хатта. Мекс. Это же микоразиум на минималках. И где этот говнюк? Он аж там. Прекрасно. Ну ладно, заеду заодно посмотрю на детальки. Детальки. Нет ли скиллов каких-то новых? Bounty Hunter. Imperial агент. Есть что-то.
Anonymity, deception. These are your tools. Trust no one.
Больше ничего же нет.
I know every trick of the trade.
Ебать, кораблик компактный. Блять, вспомнил мультик Оги и Кукарачи, блять. По сути, это более жестокий Том и Джерри, если говорить за само направление. Но какая же ебанутая хуета там иногда происходила. Только попробуйте меня сбить с транспорта. Это чемпион. Интересно, смогу ли я его наебать? Учитывая, что я унижен по уровню. Нормально. И где же наш орел тупорылый? А еще, кстати, завтра в свитере должна быть эта профилактика где-то с середины дня. Так что надо сегодня как можно больше планет пройти, чтобы завтра утром попробовать закончить агента, потом что-то другое поделать. Кстати, бонус. Здорово. Отлично. Ты чё тут ходишь? Черт, меня робот заметил. Ну, а теперь идем разбираться с товарищем The Eagle.
Sir, we're cut off. Thurston and Gerald tried to get out, but the Imperials are all over the swamps.
They would be. Damnation. I promised Gerald she'd die with the detonator in one hand and a glass of brandy in the other. Seems she's made a liar of me.
I'm sorry, sir.
Don't be. You were everything I could have hoped for. Now carve us a path out. I'll follow soon. All right, I see you. The least I could do was send the boy off with hope. But have you seen the strength of the revolution? Cells on Nar Shaddaa, Tholet and Molvar, Alderaan, Balmorra. It's an inspiration, no matter how it ends.
Your inspiration is terrorism. Plain and simple.
Nothing is plain or simple about terrorism, about rebellion, or about covert intelligence. That's your field, I presume. You don't look military. Tell me something. How much of my story has the Empire uncovered? What have your methods found?
Why do you ask?
Because if you're going to fight me, you should know what you're facing. I was a starfighter pilot. I flew in the battles of Coruscant and Druckenwell. Those were romantic days. Then, I began to lose squad mates. Some fell to Republic troopers. Imperial intelligence erased others. I wondered, was my empire worth it?
A true soldier, any true Imperial, would know the answer to that.
I was a true Imperial. I was a blasted hero.
Да плевать.
I realized that the Empire destroys people. Our once great society runs on human fuel and serves no purpose beyond ego. I decided to fight for a return to the old Empire. The Empire isolated on Dromund Kaas for 1,000 years. I thought I could succeed.
You were doomed from the start.
Perhaps. Whoever survives this will see. On Eradication Day.
What the fuck is your eradication day?
Damnation. Even surrounded, even seeing you, I didn't think it would happen like this. You haven't won. The Eradicators will still activate. Even without orders, without targets, they'll shoot blind. Random. Fire will rain upon the Empire.
Why? How will that serve the cause?
The Eradicators won't hit my targets, but rampant, they'll cause chaos and death. You should be proud. One of your own people proposed the devices. My patron, servant of the Empire behind it all.
Why reveal this now? What are you trying to do?
Think of it as one last seed of discord sown before Eradication Day. Goodbye now. Watch me burn.
Detonator, get back!
Area is clear. Sir, are you all right?
А такое
Sergeant
се.
9, it's Watcher 3. Are you hurt? That was a nasty explosion.
Where were you a few minutes ago?
Sorry, once the attack started, we had to hold the perimeter and close slowly. Keeper sent me to assist with information retrieval, slicing the Eagle's computers. I'll also check out that device there. I think it's an eradicator.
You do that. I need to clean terrorist bits off me.
Ah, right. Of course.
ЧСВ.
Cypher, I've got some preliminary findings. It's not good news. I overheard what the Eagle said. Looks like he was telling the truth. If no one gives the Eradicators new orders, they'll go mad. Fire randomly.
How much damage can they do?
A few dozen are out there. Tens of thousands of people could die. Here's the good part. I figured out their control mechanism. Transmit the proper codes, and you can set the device's targets, disable them, anything. The Eagle stored half the control codes on his computers. Someone else must have the second half.
The Eagle mentioned a patron.
Yes, sir. The one inside
И
the
вы,
Empire.
конечно же,
I'm not
охуеете,
sure
кто
what
тут
that
патрон,
means.
кто
You should
не
head to
знает и
Dromund
кто
Kaas.
следит.
I don't think there's anything more you can do here, and Keeper wants you back at headquarters.
А где я должен спикать с кипером? На Дромунд кассе? Понятно. Ебать тут новичков. Мужик,
Won't find a
купи.
better bargain. Come back anytime.
Запросто. Идем пообщаемся.
Make me look good. All right, make me look good.
Always go for the quick and silent kill.
Это же это. Да, это хуйня.
Rise and shine.
Антитаунт. Блин, добро победило. Фу, фу.
Cypher 9, come inside. This should be a triumphant moment. It's a tremendous achievement bringing down the Eagle. The crisis has only escalated. The Eradicators could begin firing at any moment.
What's our current status?
Watcher 2, your report.
The Moths have placed local forces on alert, and a search for the Eradicators is underway. Unfortunately, trends suggest we can only find one device every 5 hours. It'll be weeks before we destroy them all.
Disappointing, but not a surprise. Damage projections?
Estimates are 10 to 50 million deaths on each planet targeted. 40% military, 60% civilian.
Not bad odds for survival, all things considered.
Better than the odds of a cipher reaching retirement age.
Enough. Snipe at each other on your own time.
Sorry, sir. In order to deactivate the Eradicators en masse, we need the control codes. Half the codes were on the Eagle's computers. We can only surmise that the other half are with the Eagle's patron.
Yes,
Кто же
the
этот патрон?
patron. A man whom the Eagle claims is inside the Empire.
You sound skeptical.
I have my doubt that this patron is really a highly placed Imperial. It seems unlikely such a person could escape our scrutiny. Nonetheless, we can't ignore the possibility of a traitor. That's why we're meeting privately. Only the people in this room know the full situation.
How do you know everyone here is trustworthy?
I hope you're joking. Otherwise, I expect you to back up any allegations. Finish the report, Watcher 2.
The Eagle had been sending periodic transmissions to someone in the Artus system. Artus is uninhabited, devoid of resources and off the major hyperlanes. Our patron could certainly hide there.
I want you to lead a mission to Artus. You're to find the Eagle's patron and obtain his half of the control codes. Watcher 2 will rendezvous with you there. She knows more about the Eradicators than anyone.
I'll be glad to have her around. We'll get the job done.
Your ships will be outfitted with cloaking devices. They'll only last one jump, but they'll get you into Artus unnoticed.
Отлично.
After that, infiltrate whatever base the patron is using. Recover the Eradicator control codes and stop the threat. Watcher 2, you're dismissed.
Эх, сейчас будет эпик.
If you want to talk before the mission, I'll be at my station.
There is one more thing. Darth Zorid heard you were returning to Dromund Kaas. She wants to speak to you.
I'm sorry about before, when she tortured you.
You aren't to blame. Zorid is unpredictable. I've done my best to shield intelligence from our new lord. You've been the unfortunate exception. Do what it takes to survive Zorid's attentions a little longer. Beyond that, the Dark Council won't let this continue forever.
We can't wait for the Dark Council. Someone needs to act.
Enough. Some things are too dangerous to think. When you're through, head to the artist system. This is our only chance, Cypher. Fail, and we all pay a...
Это я понял.
You and me, we're getting good.
Watcher 2. Hello.
Cypher, I'm glad you stopped by. I've been going over the mission parameters, studying the Eradicator control code, scans of the artist system. We're facing a mystery, and I hate mysteries.
You should get some rest before we leave.
I don't remember how. Times like this, I wonder if it took much more to push Watcher X over the edge. What about you? What's been going through your head since this countdown to Eradication Day started?
All I can think is that someone's betraying us.
Don't. Keeper knows the players involved, and Lodenth and I can run the psychological profiles. If someone's disloyal, we'll find out.
Aren't you suspicious of the people here?
This isn't the time or place, Cypher. I won't discuss the matter further.
Ну ты меня не подозревайте всех подряд.
In any case, you should get ready. The Eradicators won't wait for either of us.
Let's get this done.
We don't have much of a choice, do we? Once you take off for the artist system, I'll be on your tail. We'll meet out there.
Окей. Надо пообщаться с Дарт Зорид. А этой поехавшей я так хочу засунуть бластер в жопу и нажать на курок, вы не представляете. Я сам люблю отыгрывать поехавшего ебанутого убийцу ситха. Но когда таких ставят против меня, хочется просто им спусковой крючок показать, где находится, перед тем, как они умрут. 10.
Rise and shine.
Physical trauma includes electrical burns, lacerations, and retinal damage. Transfer to a Colto tank for long-term recovery is strongly recommended.
You suggest a Dark Council member hide in a vat? For healing?
I am programmed to dispense medical advice based on all relevant factors.
Get out! Have yourself disassembled, made into a probe and sent to the most desolate place in the Empire. Look, Agent, they hurt me, and then they laughed. How could they?
Who did, my lord?
After Viorianal broke, I called the Council to assembly. I demanded the Lords give me the respect I was due. Some were angry, mocked me. They tormented me and warned me not to overstep my bounds again.
You'll get revenge on them, surely.
Oh, Age, you don't understand. It's all Jadis's fault. He was my master, but he never taught me what I needed to know. Now he's dead, and I'm not ready for his council seat.
If you're not fit for the responsibility, you should abdicate.
All my enemies would strike at me then, and all Jadis's too. I know what's happening in Imperial intelligence. I know you're going on a mission, and that the Eagle wasn't the man you thought. Swear that you'll find whoever really killed my father. Swear that the man responsible will pay for forcing me into this wretched life.
Jadis's killers never hurt you.
If Darth Jadis hadn't been murdered, I would never have taken his place on the council. I would never have
А
been
что тебе не
humiliated.
нравится? Стань сильнее,
The
лол.
killers are to blame. Swear you'll make them hurt.
You're pathetic, Zorid.
Get out! Get out of my sight, now! Crawl out of here before I decide you're worth burning.
Как же хочется ее пристрелить.
Rise and shine.
А, у тебя неплохой кораблик в черту.
Nice place. The Eagle's partner travels in style.
Cypher, there's no one to welcome us. Seems our cloaking devices worked.
Good to see you too. How was the flight?
Uneventful, fortunately. I stayed in your wake. This starship is a modified Imperial dreadnought. Maximum crew complement of 5,000. It's also jamming long-range communications, so I can't check its registration or call for reinforcements.
Our traitor is hiding his tracks.
Nonetheless, top priority is finding the eradicated command codes before the weapons initiate a random firing pattern. This data spike contains our half of the codes. Once you obtain the other half, you should be able to control the eradicators from any computer.
All I want to do is shut those things down.
Fair enough. But they can't be deactivated, targeted, or anything else without both halves of the command codes. I do have one other thing for you. A comlink implant. So long as you're wearing it, I can monitor your situation and speak to you privately.
Is this one-way communication, or can I reply?
Subvocally. Whisper to me and no one else will hear. While you search the interior, I'll try to slice the security systems. We're counting on you. Put an end to this.
Sir, yes, sir. Slicing is my profession.
It's a grand social experiment. There's probably 100 of us from across the Empire, all saved from the fire. Who knows how or why. For the most part, we're left to ourselves, squabbling and fighting, left to fear our own shadows. But we know the Master's out there, and I'm convinced there's a plan at work. Somebody wants to change us. Someone wants to control us.
Ваша голограмма что-то неадекватно отображается, ну да ладно. Not my problems. Infiltration.
It's been... I don't know how long it's been. I lose count of the days during the blackouts. The ones furthest along. They say our terror transforms us into the Master's image. Well, I'll tell the Master what's really happening. We're learning to fight back. Do you hear me, Master? We'll kill you for this. We'll kill you.
Вы ничего не видели? Все тихо и спокойно. Нет нужды в убийствах.
I was so happy when I got the invitation. Everything was going to change for me. Leave home for a year? Why has the Master picked me to survive when hundreds died? And now the rest of us, one by one. My mother was a slave, but I wasn't, because my father was an officer. I don't want to end up like her. Oh, please. Please, someone rescue us.
Итак, тоже этот mysterious figure.
You feel that prickling? Like maggots.
So, you've arrived at last.
Ах, Джейдис.
I know that voice.
I expected too little of you. You served me well on Hutta+Dromund Kaas. I should have known you would serve me again.
Are you responsible for this?
Everything that has transpired has been at my command. My will is the destiny of lesser men.
Okay, you're going down right now.
Your follower believes she has been betrayed. She is contemptible and beneath me.
Creepy scumbag. You are so dead.
Accept the gift of your life, Agent, and we will discuss terror, the Empire, and the Sith.
You want to talk? After what you did to Kalia?
The creature will live, but my tolerance has limits.
Don't, Cypher. You know what he's capable of.
I'm trying to analyze the situation, but it'll take time, and if he has the command codes...
It was my desire that the Eagle unite the terror cells. It was my desire that my flagship be destroyed. I required a weapon that the Dark Council would overlook. The terrorists became my unknowing servants and carried out my plan.
What does the Dark Council have to do with this?
Everything. A member of the Council is forced to politic, to struggle against his rivals. The waste is unimaginable. With my false death, I escaped the eyes of the Dark Council and of Imperial intelligence. After the Dominator, I came here, bringing with me those passengers worthy of elevation. I maneuvered my pieces into place.
I was there for the terrorist attack. Intelligence was sure you were dead.
The Schwarz gas incinerated only part of the ship. My power held together the remains.
Keep him talking. Damn it. We can't fight him on our own. His power is second to the Emperor's.
I accomplished two things during my absence. First was the diminution of the Dark Council.
Отличный
Upon my
план.
death, my former enemies began warring amongst themselves, vying to claim my resources. Darth Jored's arrival escalated the chaos. My daughter is doomed, but she is an adequate distraction.
I can't call for reinforcements so long as that jamming field is active. But he'll annihilate anything less than an army.
You said your death accomplished two things. One was weakening the Council. What was the other?
Throwing the Sith into disorder was only the start. The rest of the Empire had to be prepared as well. That was the Eagle's purpose, to sow fright and hatred. All this while, my eradicators were growing. Now they are ready, and my victory is close at hand.
I heard this part from the Eagle. Your orbital strike weapons.
The eradicators will destroy the strongholds and apprentices of my enemies on the Council. So too will the eradicators terrorize the Empire. Then I will return to the Council and lead the Empire into a new age, an epoch of terror.
The Emperor won't let you get that far.
The Emperor is distracted. I could resculpt the Dark Temple into a monument to my glory, and he would fail to object. Perhaps I shall do exactly that.
I see where this is going. He needs the Eradicators to make this work, but you have half the command codes.
Under my rule, all people will revel in fear and degradation. These prizes will no longer be hoarded by Sith. But without both halves of the Eradicator codes, my weapons cannot be targeted. They will merely cause chaos.
I have half the codes. I assume you have the other?
Yes, embedded within this ship. Without orders, the Eradicators will fire blindly. This serves neither of us.
Ну,
Enter
допустим.
your codes into the ship so the Eradicators can target my enemies. You will be rewarded. You will be my herald.
Tell me about these rewards.
Authority, wealth, a place in my vision. The respect intelligence has denied you.
What does that mean?
Blood purity is a notion whose time has passed. Consider an empire where there is no limit to what an alien might become.
I need some time. It's a lot to take in.
Very well. But understand this. If you refuse, you will die at my hand. The Eradicators will still reap untold destruction. Your sacrifice would mean nothing. I can be merciful. Take the time to consider your choice. Then we can begin the true work.
You haven't thought this through. Kill me, and I take the codes with me.
A bold sentiment, but not a wise one. With your death, neither of us achieves our desire, and only I will be in a position to form a new plan.
You really think that interests me?
To sacrifice your life knowing that the Eradicators will ravage the Empire would be foolishness. And you are not a fool. Think on my words, Agent, and embrace my will.
All right, stay focused and don't look at Jadis. How are you holding up? Can we put together a plan?
Of course.
I know what I'm going to do. It wasn't a hard choice.
Before you make any decisions, please, hear me out. We need to re-examine our priorities. We came here to stop the Eradicators, but we weren't prepared for reality. Our plan now has to focus on neutralizing Darth Jadis. Everything else is peripheral.
What are you talking about?
I'm sorry, Cypher. The numbers aren't in our favor. You can deactivate the Eradicators right now. Just combine the codes in the bridge computers. But to keep Jadis from reactivating them, you'd have to blow up the ship's reactor. It's a suicide run, and chances are Jadis will escape.
You have another suggestion?
We trick Jadis. We give him the codes and let him launch his attack. Once the Eradicators start their bombardment, you slip off the bridge and take the ship apart. You sabotage the jamming field, hyperdrive, and shields. Then I can call in reinforcements. The military, the Dark Council, forcing Jadis to surrender. The Eradicators are deactivated as soon as feasible.
How many people, how many worlds are sacrificed?
Let's be clear. If we give Jadis the command codes, then yes, he'll murder thousands before we stop him. But the human cost is acceptable. The only alternative is to let Jadis escape and do worse down the line.
The human cost isn't acceptable to me.
I can't tell you what to do, Cypher. If you disable the Eradicators here and now, I'll help you. We'll destroy this ship, save a lot of people, in the short term. But my advice is this. Use the codes to let Jadis launch his attack. Sacrifice lives and seize this chance. We can end his threat forever.
Хех. Ну, Дарth Jadis, давай пообщаемся.
A wise decision, Agent. Our new age begins. Across the Empire, the Eradicators will burn cities and destroy the prizes of my enemies.
All right, Cypher. Jadis is distracted. Make your excuses so you can get off the bridge and sabotage the ship. I'm going to need your help. Don't fail me now.
I won't. Now make your excuses and go.
Your thoughts are confused. A temporary condition for which I have an anodyne. The distress calls, the cries of fear and pain, these will be routed to the ship as the Eradicators work. 1,000 voices screaming in terror. Will you savor them, Agent?
I'll do my best to appreciate them.
I sense doubt in you, but it changes nothing. There is nothing that will let you forget. Let your loathing bring you strength.
Go, Cypher. Casualties are mounting.
Take out the jamming signal, hyperdrive, and shields. Once you do, I can call in reinforcements, and Jadis will be at our mercy.
Stealth.
Message intercepted from Rin mining colony.
Something's happening. We're under attack, but there aren't any ships. The command post was cut in half by a beam from the sky. Anyone who receives this, help us. Our defenses are minimal. We can...
А в прошлый раз, когда я проходил, я попытался спасти их. Мне теперь интересно, что будет, если наоборот.
Message intercepted from Moff Letchera.
What's going on? I'm getting reports of 3 separate attacks on 2 Sith training grounds, one on a blasted hospital. I was told we'd be ruined if the Eradicators couldn't be stopped. Get me the intelligence minister now.
Message intercepted from Cernpidal City.
I don't know if anyone's receiving this. It may be too late anyway. They hit the bunker first. There couldn't have been more than a dozen soldiers inside, mostly civilians. They blew the whole thing up. What's going on? Is it terrorists? Is it Republic? What's happening?
What's happening? Скоро узнаешь.
Message intercepted from the Quen system, source unknown.
We're burning up. We need authorization to evacuate. Lord Farrell will kill us if we abandon station, but we can't last. Please. My name is Frank Rowlis. I have family in Kaas City. Give us the order to evacuate.
Message intercepted from Citadel Command.
It looks like the intelligence failed to catch the eradicators in time. Had to declare a state of emergency.
Rise and
It's a
shine.
miracle the Citadel hasn't been hit.
Diagnostics show fatal errors in the jamming system's hyperdrive and shield. The ship is crippled, Cypher. We've got a full fleet of reinforcements coming, including 3 Dark Council vessels. Jadis can't win against, but until they arrive, you need to keep him occupied on the bridge.
How am I supposed to do that?
You can't beat Jadis in personal combat, but you might be able to trap him.
Вот типа, вот мне нравится вот эта вот херня.
You can reroute the bridge
Что
defenses
типа
to trap him in a force
в многих играх вот делают эту поправку типа на то, что типа ты герой и можешь делать все что угодно, особенно в ММО.
What makes you think you won't kill me first?
Я убивал джедаев и ситхов за контрабандистов типа и за
I don't
прочих.
need to remind you that people are hurting because of us.
Но
But if we
тут
succeed, the sacrifice will be
тебе говорят
worthwhile.
сразу, ты не можешь его победить. Ты должен выкрутиться и держаться, пока не придет помощь. Вот этот вот в скобочках реализм в сюжетке агента просто охуенен. Где-то настолько очевидно, как бы, но все равно. Что это еще очень очевидно надо сделать, но люди почему-то до этого не догадываются очень часто. Ну что, Дар Джейдас, здорово, ебать. Тебе нравится то, что я натворила?
After what you've done, you still return. How bold. I never expected you would pay such a price to betray me. So many innocents burning in their homes because of you.
You've lost, Lord Jadis. Surrender now.
My defeat may be inevitable now. I do not know. But your perfidy must be answered. You will die, along with many others.
Uploading bridge schematics. You'll need to take out these components to reroute power to the force fields.
Easy enough.
Cypher, hit him now. Need more power to get that force field up.
You and me?
Getting good.
Keep him distracted, and I can raise the force field.
Черт.
Almost there, Cypher. Just a little more.
Работаю над этим.
Slicing into the ratio controls now.
Rise and shine.
Ха. You're trapped, bitch.
Your cage cannot hold me. Whatever you hope to achieve, your moment will pass.
А Империя уже тут. А может сначала вы захватите корабль перед тем, как стреляете? Спасибо.
Cypher 9, this is Keeper. We have a fleet in position to destroy this vessel. Please report.
Situation is under control. You can see for yourself.
Understood. We'll proceed with restraint. Lord Jadis, be advised that a boarding party of Sith and honor guards is on its way. I suggest you not draw their ire.
I understand.
Cypher, I understand you have control over the Eradicators. Can you disable them?
If I can't, this was all for nothing. They're my responsibility.
We can discuss why you activated the weapons later, but I expect the Dark Council will approve of the result. I'll see you shortly.
You know what this means, Agent? It means we won.
This isn't the time or place to celebrate.
Come on, it's too late to start complaining.
An unsurprising callousness. Tell me, Cypher 9, was your victory worth it? How many lives would you have sacrificed to capture me?
Not as many as I'd have sacrificed to kill you.
Raw, unchanneled hatred. My daughter would approve, but I am a different breed. Under my control, the Eradicator's purge would have cut out the Empire's rot. Now the Dark Council will reassert its strength. They will punish me or destroy me, and without a revolution, their cruel, pointless reign will go on.
I'm sure your cruel, purposeful reign would have been better.
That was the vision.
Leave one squad here, the rest of you sweep the ship. And if that force field so much as dims, tell Keeper to fire. Cypher, are you all right? You had it rough.
Once this freak is dealt with, I'll be better.
The Dark Council will take care of Jadis. They're coming aboard as soon as we're secure. The Sith and the military will be cleaning up a while. and the damage from the Eradicators will take time to assess. You should get out of here. You've done your part. Get some rest.
Later. Just because we've dealt with one threat, it doesn't mean there aren't others.
Of course. Consider yourself awaiting reassignment.
Yay. Reassignment.
After all, the Empire needs us.
Это клевая хуйня.
You and me, we're getting good.
А вот тут вот я, пожалуй, все-таки пока что остановлю.